Hello, I'm Larry, and this is Carter's Country. Today, we're privileged to have Ryan from HK out with us. Got a couple of new models he wants to show us and talk about. And Ryan, I really appreciate you stopping by. I know this time of year with all the new models and everything coming out, you guys are just running around like with your hair on fire trying to hit all the dealers, keep up with all the new products and all that. So we really appreciate you taking time to come by and do this little quick video with us about your two new models here.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Larry. It's good to be here. Excited to announce the new VP9 A1s. I think y'all are going to like them. Really, the whole concept with these new A1s and the VP9s is a bunch of minor upgrades that make the whole package a lot more shootable. So right off the bat, I'll dive into it. Two new models, two new sizes. So we have the VP9 A1F full size and the A1K, the compact. Main thing here is if you like a Glock 17 and a Glock 19, this is kind of the sizing that we're going after.
That's the neighborhood you're in, huh? Okay.
Yes, sir. Your true kind of compact here and your true full size. Whereas previously the VP9 A0, as you call it, or just the original, is kind of that hybrid between a full size and a compact.
Okay.
So now we're kind of on each end of the spectrum there. And anyways, I'll dive into some of the new features on these. Starting from the tip of the gun, we've got more slide serrations, as you can see there.
Oh yeah, nice.
Easier to rack it. We added some serrations in the frame there for your support hand. That really helps when you're running the gun fast, keeping the muzzle down. Internally, one of the biggest upgrades, in my opinion, is we did a nickel Teflon trigger bar, and that really improves the pull and the feel of these triggers. Really crisp break with a short reset, noticeable out of the box when you pick one up. It's a fantastic trigger.
Really smooth, I would imagine.
Yes, sir. I'll go ahead and show you that right now, just so you believe me.
I believe you. I don't think the camera person does. She's skeptical.
Yes, sir. But there's your nickel Teflon trigger bar. That little piece is really what aids in the performance of the trigger. So the K model comes standard with a 15-round magazine. The F model comes with a 20 and a 17-round magazine. Now the cool thing is similar to our Gen 1 VP9s is all the magazines are the same. So your 20-round magazine fits in the K model just the same.
Right.
And if you've got a bunch of the old VP9 mags laying at home, they're going to work in this just fine. The only thing we change is a little bit of variation on the base plate. Your grip and rip is now on the base plate.
Okay.
Going to the frame, big upgrade was flared magazine well built into the frame there, so a lot easier to insert your magazine.
Right.
Another upgrade we did was we added 2 new back straps to increase the length of pull. If you've got monstrous hands, you're in luck. We also, unfortunately for some people, we took away the finger grooves. Now for me, I was sad about it because my hand fit them perfectly, but if you've got little baby hands or you've got monster hands, it's going to fit a lot better on the gun.
I think, and it certainly won't be in play down here where it's like an oven 11 and a half months a year, but if you're somewhere up north where sometimes you're wearing gloves, sometimes you're not, I think the absence of the finger grooves makes it probably a lot more user-friendly year-round.
Yes, sir.
It's one thing with the finger grooves I've always really thought about. Like I said, being down here it doesn't matter, but up north there's some days gloves aren't optional. It's so cold. Maybe it's better to have the finger grips gone. So
yes, sir. Completely agree with you. It's just more accommodating. Another small upgrade we did was we extended the magazine release levers, the paddle system, of course. So a little bit larger, easier to get your thumb or your index finger on, and they are serrated now. So reloads on these a lot easier. And again, 2 ways for your paddle system. You can use your thumb there, or what a lot of people do is use your index finger. Same as the Gen 1 VP9s, these are fully ambidextrous. So if you're a lefty, you're in luck. You got your slide release on both sides, magazine release. The VP9 A1K is just the perfect size, going over how, a Glock 19, if you're selling a gun to a first-time gun buyer, what's one handgun that can cover all of the bases, whether that be concealed carry, shooting at the range, home defense. Glock 19 size gun is just perfect. It's small enough to conceal, large enough to be shootable, and that's what I think we have here in the VP9 A1K. A lot of people have been asking about, the VP9 SK. Great model. Unfortunately, we are discontinuing it, and I would say this model is kind of replacing it. Frame-wise, you're looking at the same size grip. So the VP9 SK had a shorter frame, but with your standard, 15-round magazine extension, you're getting that full grip on the gun while being flush there. So K model is replacing that. The only difference on the slide is the VP9 SK had a slightly shorter barrel. This one's slightly longer, again, kind of matching those true compact size.
I think committed to going the hybrid route, like you said, at the range, at home, carrying, covering all those bases. I think those changes were necessary to get the gun you guys were wanting to produce. So they all make sense, and I understand the thinking, where they were going and what they did with those changes, moving away from the SK model.
Yes, sir. My thought process on the VP9K here is this is going to be my go-to concealed carry. I like having a full capacity handgun if the need arises, but at the same time, that's where the CC9 fits in. Down here in Houston, when it's 110 degrees outside and you're wearing a t-shirt and flip-flops and basketball shorts, there is a time and a place for that HK CC9.
Yeah.
So, generally my plan, if I were to have a plan, would be, grab that CC9 through, May through August, when it's just, those hot months in the summer, when it's just punishing out here, like you said. And the rest of the year, I think this VP9K is going to be my companion.
Makes perfect sense. I mean, it's with our climate and those two guns, that's the perfect combination. And I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one that doesn't necessarily always have a plan. I'm glad to see someone else can justify having more than one gun for one purpose. To me, carry guns are like shoes. Different outfits require different accommodations, or what's the accents, whatever
and we got
accessories
match, right?
that is. Yeah, we have to match, man. I mean, we don't just roll out of bed looking like this. It takes work. That includes our guns.
We got to dress up. But at the end of the day, there's always a right tool for the job.
So they took basically, and I'll give you guys credit, you could have left the VP9 just as it was, and it would have sold just fine this year.
Yes, sir.
You didn't need to do this. It was a genuine, honest attempt to, like you said, make some small improvements on it, make your customer base happier. And it's nice that you guys went ahead and took that initiative rather than saying, we got a winner, let's just keep rolling it out. It's pretty impressive that you kind of, made some changes without taking away anything that people loved about the gun to begin with. I like that.
Yes, sir. And that's kind of the whole idea with it, is how can we make this platform more shootable? HK released the VP9 in 2014, so it had been about 10 years since we had done anything with the line. So HK took a look and made some great upgrades to it to make the whole platform, again, just more shootable.
That's fantastic. All right, well, we appreciate all that. Like I said, I know, time being what it is for you and all. I'm going to ask you one last favor. Can we please shoot these?
We sure can. These are brand new out of the box, so I've been itching to go shoot them on the range myself.
Okay, well, good. Well, we'll let you shoot first so people can see how it's done, and then I'll show them how everybody else shoots.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. That one seems to come back down to point of aim better.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
But it has a shorter barrel too, though, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
By half an inch.
All right, go again, Lee.
I don't know. I think that K is the sweet spot.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It seems to rock back down better for me.
Tracks well.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. HK performs, and these two certainly performed. I'm absolutely fell in love with this guy. I can so much see it, like you said, covering all the bases. But on the other hand, for a full size, that definitely hits a mark with me too. They both shot great. The trigger, right out of the box, I can't imagine how this trigger is going to feel after a couple hundred rounds have been through it. Right out of the box, and I think, were we the first ones to shoot these?
Brand new.
Okay. Man, I'm telling you, the out-of-the-box trigger on these, you're not going to believe it. But both of them, as you would expect, very, very impressive offerings. And I think they're both going to be big sellers for all the reasons that HK is always a big seller. Very, very impressed with them, and they're very shootable. They come back down to point of aim. I mean, just everything's right about it. For me personally, I might, tamper with the palm swell, try a different size or something, just to see if I could get it to fit any better. But both of them, to me, just outstanding. If first time they've been shot, what was your impression?
I think they're shootable. The shootability and all the minor upgrades they made really make this a great platform. And there was a couple of things that I wanted to add that we might not have covered earlier. Speaking on the grips, so we have previously there was I can't even remember off the top of my head, but small, medium, large side plates and back straps, and now we have 2 larger back strap sizes that increase the length of pull. I think that now brings us to 48 different combinations you can get on the grip there. But really it is a nice feature to have because everyone's got different hands. Being able to tailor that grip to your exact hand sizes is fantastic. And then another thing I didn't mention is 2 variants of these VP9 A1s. All of them will be optics ready or optics equipped. And with the optics equipped models, same thing we've been doing previously with the Holosun SCS package. It's a great little package, especially on this VP9K there. It mounts directly into the slide. You don't need to have an optics plate and 2 fewer screws, less parts. But the main thing for concealed carry, it sits at a lower bore axis. You can co-witness with standard height sights. So it just makes for a great little versatile concealed carry package.
It does have that it factor about it, right? I mean, you just know that's a gun that's meant to be shot.
Right. There's some aspects of shooting a gun that's just, it's indescribable. And
yeah.
I think the K model's got, like you said, that it factor. It's just kind of the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Also love the F model with those nickel Teflon triggers. It's a really smooth pull, reset, but you can get some pretty quick splits on these.
They're both winners without a doubt. Remember, if you've ever shot, or hunted with us, you're already part of the Carter's Country family. Till next time, adios.